Welcome to Double Dose of Raw Talk Podcast, your weekly dose of many discussions and opinions, a show where we get comfortable being uncomfortable. And remember, no topic is off limits. Now let's talk about it. Energy. I'm sure you already know what I've been vibing to. Welcome back, guys. Finally, to a new week and the long overdue Solita episode on Double Dose of Raw Talk podcast. As always, I am your favorite host, Misty. And today I came to talk some shit. So it feels good to be back. It feels good to be back. Why don't we just dive right in? Okay. So the last time I dropped an episode, it was June 7th, I believe. I had every intention of releasing episodes for y'all. I did. I promise. I've been long overdue on the Solita episode. It is episode 130. And I have one already in the bag, y'all, which is so dope because that one is going to drop next week. And that guest has been vibing. She's been doing her thing. I'm so proud of her. Can't wait for y'all to listen to that one. That one hits home a little bit with a lot of the different things that have been going on here. Just on a professional note, on a personal note, your girl's always busy. You guys already know your girl is always busy. I'm always doing something. My friends, oh, D, we're gonna do this. Pencil us in. That's the joke. And it's just been busy. I had a huge deadline I had to meet at work. I met it. I'm waiting to hear back. Hopefully, everything is great with that. You guys know everything that I execute, I like to execute it excellent as I can. And your girl's just waiting. I'm very hopeful that everything went smooth. I'm feeling all sorts of things right now. There's just so much that is going on. I've even postponed for so long dropping the second ebook, the second installment of my journeys, right? It's gonna come. I was like, oh, it's gonna be during the month of May. I was on Watch Us Thrive podcast, and I said that that's when it would be. Then I was like, my heart's still not there mentally, spiritually, just like so many things going on. Then I said, I want the number 7 in there. It has to have the number 7. If you guys have been listening to all my episodes, if you guys know when this baby right here, Double Dose of Raw Talk podcast, was born, you guys know that 7 is like my number. And this baby was born March 17, 2020. So the LC was done on December 17th the following year. So there's like things here, right? There's things with the 7. It's my favorite number. If you know my birthday, you should already know like when does the 7 play a part in there. So I was like, oh, June 7th. June 7th is perfect. And then shit happened, right? And so that just was not gonna go. So here we are. It's the month of July. Things are getting a little bit smoother, a lot more calmer. Deadline was already met. And so here we are, y'all. July 17th. So this is going to drop. That would be next week for y'all. It will be the beginning of the week. I'm super excited for you guys to read my second journal through mental health. And what's crazy about this is, as much as I thought I was done with it, there was so much that I still needed to add. There was so much I needed to be so vulnerable on and transparent. There is still so much I'm still dealing with. Um, don't get it twisted. I'm not going to be giving you all the tea because it's not what I do. But as I always say here on this platform, we are experts of our experiences. And that in itself has been a full journey for me. And it is finally time to be so vulnerable and transparent to let you guys in on it. There's little bits and pieces I have spoken on during the live show and different episodes, but just where we are today with the progress that we've made and just how that has aligned overall with just the wellness journey that I've been on. You guys know I've had the weight loss fluctuate, my strength fluctuate, my just overall wellness knowledge, working with food and health coaching, with my friend who's kicking ass. She needs to come back on the show. Shout out to Naomi. Training again with Rick. There's just so much that wellness represents. And when you think about it, it's like the whole body, mind, soul, spirit, like heart, you name it, the whole fucking thing. So there has just been so much that has been going on. Without spilling too much tea, there has been not a loss of a life, but loss in general when you have to, step away from some people, when you have to have some people, stepped away from your daily, when you have to make certain adjustments and certain changes to your life so that you can live in peace and you can live with a lot more positivity. Does it hurt? Sure, it hurts. Of course it hurts. If you care about people, people who you fuck with, people who have or were supposed to be, there since day one, and they're no longer there. And by there, I mean like you're no longer speaking or you're no longer on good terms. But you know what? Um, there is a way to be able to say, damn, that hurts, but it was necessary. And I stand by that. I realize more and more as I've continued with my therapy, when I continued, just the journaling continues to help so much. I am very proud of myself for figuring out in different ways, even when I have conversations with my sister, y'all. Like, where can I hold myself accountable? Where is it that I can take responsibility for certain changes that I've had to make in my life recently? And I recognize that, yeah, certain things I could have said a little different. And I've said this, I believe, on this show before. Um, the message just wasn't executed great as much as I love to execute shit correctly. But and it's not to excuse it, it's just it's a but to add to that. I had to do it. I had to do it for myself. I had to do it for what was meant for me, to be in peace, to be happy, to be positive. Makes me sad, right? Am I happy about the outcome? Not necessarily. But can I say that I am completely miserable? No. Am I as angry as I was before? No. Am I still angry with certain things? Absolutely. We're human. It's part of the emotions we can experience when things do not go the way you would have liked, right? Sometimes, even more so, the anger sets in when things cannot go the way they used to. Mm, that was a hard pill to swallow. I'm going to be honest with y'all. That was actually something that came up during one of my sessions with my therapist, because I realized that that was really one of my issues with, again, certain things that have been happening lately that I've had to deal with one way or another, and I've had to maneuver, right? So, moving on from that, your girl's still doing her damn thing. I still, I'm still connecting to the best that I can with, spiritually, with my universal beliefs, my faith, staying prayed up as much as possible with just what shall be, what is meant to be will be in multiple areas and multiple aspects of my life, right? Realizing that dwelling on things is not going to help. Now, don't get it twisted. One of the things I've definitely been struggling with is certain levels of petty. I am not one to be entirely petty, but lately, y'all, it's giving my pettiness has been tested. So I'm gonna let that go, and I'm gonna continue being the new Daisy that I have been. And woosa. Okay, so that's just to fill you guys in a little bit on just where I am with just on a personal note, just the journey of just living as peaceful as I can and just as positive as I can and being so protective of my space, and just standing strong, very strong on what I wholeheartedly believe in, right? You know, no one is going to be able to speak up for you or stand up for you as much as you can, with the same passion and the same purpose and meaning. And that is something that I stand on, and that I realize more and more I am really damn proud of myself for being so consistent with that and not allowing myself to fall short of that with me and fall back on myself. I going back to certain instances, right? Again, holding myself responsible, holding myself accountable. I realized that a lot of the recent events that have transpired with specific people, it's not a shock, it's not a surprise. the part where I could hold myself accountable is because I allowed certain behaviors. I did. It's so funny. That part of that realization came up in a conversation with my sister. We talked about the things we have allowed and why things have gotten to points that they have throughout the years with different people, right? Different situations, even in a workplace, y'all. The reason why things get to the point that they do is because we allow it. When we don't allow it, when we put our boundaries, when we set our standards from jump, things like that don't fucking happen. And if you allow it to happen, guarantee is going to keep getting worse. So that was also a reflective moment, and I had to share that with you guys. All right, so we're going to continue. That's just a little bit of an update of where I am, just again, personally, right? Professionally, fingers crossed. Y'all, your girl's doing big things. This month is very special. Between this month and next month, the month of July and August, I'm doing the part of my professional work that I love to do: the teaching, the coaching, the mentorship, the impact, right? The lessons, activities, team building. There's things that I absolutely still love to do that I've been doing for so long, but this time your girl is in the lead. I actually had a very challenging moment from a professional standpoint. There's something that is done in healthcare pretty frequent, and I was invited to handle the entire workshop and to present, right, in a room full of people. And one thing I do very much so enjoy is speaking knowledge, right? So here on this platform, where we get comfortable being uncomfortable, no topic is ever off limits. I here like to speak raw. I like to speak truth, right? But at the workplace, I love speaking knowledge. I love when experts of our experiences. There's things that I've learned through training, and there's things that I've learned through my experiences throughout these 15 years. And there's things that I've been able to, as time has gone by and as different, you know, situations and scenarios come up, you keep learning and you fueling yourself. And if there's one thing, as cliche as this sounds, but I love it, I love it, knowledge is motherfucking power. Okay, there's things that you can learn in school, and shout out to us who have gone through those journeys, who got them degrees, and there's those goddamn student loans, right? But there's also all that stuff that a classroom can't teach you. And so that's the piece of it where I'm able to bring both worlds together, and I'm able to do that type of coaching and teaching and fueling. It's so amazing. It's so rewarding to me. It was a big event. It's definitely done monthly, and I was for the month of June, and I was extremely excited to do it. Of course, never mind the recognition of your name being plastered on an email and your title and all that stuff, and where she comes from and what she and X before and this and other. It's the feedback after that. It's when people truly have paid attention, and they can come and tell you just how much of an impact you've made. And I realized that on that aspect of my professional life is so aligned to this creative space, this platform that I've created. When I have a listener still, send a message and slide into the DMs like, oh my God, you're back. You're long overdue. What's going on? You okay? We haven't gotten an episode. And when that episode does drop, to get those messages from people that say like, oh my God, I loved what you said. Oh my God, I so relate to you. I used to post them a lot more. I don't anymore, to be honest with you, because I wholeheartedly have just so much respect for the people that take the time to do that, because I used to also be that listener who would take the time to do that. But sometimes I do find it that as a fan or as someone who just loves the show, sometimes it's nice to keep those moments so personal and so intimate and so private, and be so appreciative of that level of recognition. And I can't take that shit for granted. So I'm happy to be back and fill you guys in. All right, but there's a little bit of a hot take that I have to, discuss. And I know all sorts of social media platforms have been discussing it, all sorts of shows, but it has not been a secret here. Okay, we have talked on this show on many episodes. Okay, both your Tuesday minisode series, A Dose for the Soul, and all other episodes. There have been so many guests who we have discussed so many aspects about body image and confidence and right place, right time for certain attires, right? And no shame to that. I always like to keep it all the way raw here. You guys who follow me, not just with this show and this platform, but also have seen my social media, y'all know I am very comfortable in this body. And with all its fluctuations and its entire journey, if you have not read the first ebook, go read it. Look at the cover. That was done intentional. It was done intentional. Um, there is so much to a woman's body. There's so much magic to it, right? And it's the many things we can do for ourselves. It's the many things we can do for a human. It's the many things we can do just so naturally and instinctively, and just as it is, the opposite sex's body. And this is not to be controversial, right? I mean, this is totally aside from how we identify and all that stuff. I mean, listen, if you want to come in and identify as a woman, come on in, let's do this together. I'm okay with that, but I really mean, like, just every single part of our bodies to love it, and when we don't love it, whatever decisions we make in changing it, right? But when we talk about the many changes that our body go through because of choice, because of so many different journeys, weight loss, not weight loss, different types of surgeries, what have you, right? When it comes to the changes a woman's body goes through with motherhood, y'all, let me tell you a little something about motherhood, okay? And this is where we're going to keep it all the way raw. And this might be a little bit of a raw mess, but who gives a shit? This is why we're here. This is why I created this platform, okay? I said it once, I've said it twice, and I will say it multiple times, okay? And this is not to offend anybody, all right? When I say a woman's body, at least mine, is can be magical, it absolutely the fuck can. What I don't necessarily agree with all the time is when people try to pretend that pregnancy and all that shit is magical. It's not, in my opinion. I'm an expert of my experience. And I just don't think it's entirely magical. Okay. So here's the thing, when you drop that baby, okay, and you start seeing your body, coming back together, and then you feeling your body coming back together because there's a lot going on inside, okay? I mean, some of us, even when it's not a C-section, shout out to my ladies who go through that because it is a surgical procedure, okay? Um, some of us still end up with some form of stitches somewhere, and that recovery is a long goddamn time. Okay, so I say this to say, when we drop that baby and we start feeling good about ourselves and we start feeling ourselves, we want to celebrate that. There is nothing more pleasing, especially for those who have a partner who also celebrates that, who says, yo, that's my MILF. Like, that is your MILF, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, okay? Double dose of raw talk listeners. If you know me and you know this show and you know this platform, you know I was going to comment a little bit on our good old girl Kiki, okay? Because I have to. I have to say something. I cannot not say something. And I'm going to tell you why. Because fast forward to today, I am the mother to a 16-year-old young man. You guys know I have shared on this platform how much time has gone by that I've realized certain discussions are must-haves with my son, right? Even the content that is being created, even, the conversation of OnlyFans, like things like that, whether it starts as a joke or whether it's serious or whatever, I have these conversations with my kid. But most importantly, y'all, I think and I believe wholeheartedly there is nothing wrong with having a very transparent conversation with a partner, right? Or with the members of your home on certain preferences, certain things, certain levels of comfortability, even if that is with an outfit, even if that is with a specific event to attend, things like that. I am always open. If you know this platform, I am always open for a little friendly debate, okay? What I am not okay with, okay? Because if you disagree on something. But what I am not okay with is for the people who are supposed to love you, for the people who are supposed to be on your team, for the people that know your journey, for the people who are supposed to be your ride or motherfucking die, okay? This is your partner. Like, wise woman once told me, you never fully know your partner. You never fully know your spouse. Never. Shout out to my mama. Shout out to my grandmama Mergita. But um this is supposed to be that person. And for that person, especially when you're holding public space, to go and shame you and say that outfit though you're a mom, let me tell you a little something about this. And this is why I had to come say some shit about this. Aside from the motherhood journey, aside from the pregnancy journey, aside from all those things, if you've listened to my episodes a couple of episodes ago, you know that I've been on these dating apps. I decided to get on them. And I've met a few gentlemen. Okay. Let's put the dating apps to the side. How about I just, came to an encounter with a man who I've met on, let's say, a platform of some sort. There are still so many men, I'm not gonna curse them out, say nothing bad, but men who will pretend to be okay with certain things, who will pretend to amplify a woman, who will pretend to standing ovation, round of applause, a bitch. Okay. Whether they're just sleeping with you, just dating you, full blown relationship, pretending to be your friend, whatever. Okay. And then when the moment of truth comes, when you are the truthful woman you said you were, that you are comfortable in your skin, that you are feeling yourself, that you are that bitch, okay? All of a sudden they feel away because it's out in the open. All of a sudden somebody saw it. All of a sudden it has spectators. All of a sudden somebody else has something endearing to say. Like, whatever, it's a problem. And what I've been experiencing lately, okay, it's going to get a little messy. We are dealing so much. It's not all this generation and privacy and morals. That's not what it is. It's insecurities. It's insecurities that unfortunately, and I'm going to say it this way, unfortunately, too many men still deal with it because they never were given the opportunity to deal with the shit. They were never given the chance or the space, the safe space to deal with the shit of what is truly their issue when it comes to that outfit, though you're a mom. Well, why that alignment that she's a mom? Because let's face it, and if you're living under a rock, come out. I hope you're in tune with what the fuck is going on. The problem there was not, oh, Usher sang to her while she wore the outfit that she wore, a little thong showing ass cheeks or under a sheer long dress, right? Was like a leotard, a thong leotard. She went to see Usher residency. Y'all, me and my friends are trying to do that too. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. It's like we trying, okay? She not only went to see him, but she went to see him in a very amazing, fabulous, and goddamn, she looked fine for somebody postpartum. Okay, like kudos to her. She looked amazing. I think in that moment, what it was though, it was not her outfit, and it wasn't the fact that she's a mom. I think what it was for him as a man, it was his insecurity to see another man, never mind the fact that it was Usher, just another man, singing to his woman, hugging up on his woman. Okay, he completely forgot. He was completely blinded by what was going on, except to realize that it was a show. But his insecurity surfaced. And what I'm realizing is that a lot of men and women too, there are women, do not know how to deal with an ounce of insecurity. And the reason why I say that so freely is because we've all got insecurities. You could be the most confident person in this world. You will still have one layer, one ounce of insecurity. You will still have it because it's part of being human. It's part of nature. It's just how it is. There is no one in this world, not even the most perfect looking person, not even the person who has all the perfection under morals and values. Not even those do they ever not experience a moment with insecurity. Okay? And I really wholeheartedly feel like that's what that was. And it manifested in the shaming of a woman who is so comfortable in her body, her new body, her skin, in her new title, okay? Because clearly who she is has amplified so much as a mom now, okay? And that's okay. That's fine. That is fine. That is now another hat she is wearing. And if she feels like she's doing all the damn thing, all of it, and doing a good job, she is going to celebrate that. But it took to shaming it. It took to shaming a moment where a woman was just having a good time, where a woman was proud of her body, how magical it is, where a woman was just so comfortable, was feeling so sexy. And this partner of hers, who's supposed to stand with her next to her, who's supposed to give her that round of applause, I would have loved to see that man tweet that and say, Usher, thanks. Now send her right back home to me. Do that for me. I would have loved for that to happen, but it didn't. It didn't. Now, the reason why I said women also have the insecurities into play, okay? Let's fast forward to another incident, a very public incident. Jonah Hill, his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend at some point, was his girlfriend, much younger than him, decided to all of a sudden resurface. Well, not resurface because it never surfaced, but funny surf. Dun-dun-dun. Anyway, so um, she decided to display on social media some series of text messaging of when he told her that there was some discomfort he had about certain ways she had portrayed or displayed or shared or posted her picture of her and her booty cheeks showing, right? And you know it's in that moment, while I get that, you know, you were probably feeling a type of way, you were probably triggered. Maybe she saw the whole Kiki thing. I don't know. Maybe it was just her deciding to speak up because I don't know, Jonah's happy now, he's having children or whatever the case may be, right? But she decided to show the world. So, ma'am, this is why I said men and women. If I don't agree with a man shaming it with his current partner, I am certainly not going to agree with anyone else shaming in a moment, especially of an ex partner. There is a clear understanding of what she shared that it was not a very healthy relationship. Okay, if you want to speak on it, okay, that's fine. Speak on what that relationship was like, that's fine. But to go through the whole sharing and the posting of the proof, exhibit A, exhibit B, and I'm one who loves receipts and proof. Um, I just don't think it was that productive. I don't think there was a meaningful purpose to that. I feel like there was a window of opportunity to just put some shit out there to again shame and embarrass someone. Not saying Jonah's innocent here. I'm not saying he didn't do anything wrong. I'm not saying, poor him. I'm just saying actions have consequences. I'm just saying sometimes we need to strategize in the decisions that we make. I'm not saying don't speak up. If in that moment, woman, you felt like you needed to speak up because somebody, your ex, at some point made you feel a way about showing your butt cheeks, then you know what? Speak up on it. But to show the messages, it was giving not such good taste. It was giving a little dramatic for me, just too much drama. And I just, it was not for me. It just was not for me. I find it that through these experiences that we have, right, whether you are a public figure or not, through these experiences that we have, and as I always say, and I've said it on this episode, we are experts of our experiences. There is a certain level of growth that we as individuals should aim to accomplish, to reach time and time again through every experience. And if we are not having those experiences, pay attention to others. See what's going on around you. Girl, if it did not look good for him, taking a moment, an opportunity to embarrass himself and his partner, it certainly is not going to look good on you in that moment to just take it as an opportunity, use it. Because for a split second, it looked like it was just clickbait. And to just put out there something that happened how long ago? Ma'am, he's done moved on. Live a more peaceful life. There's so much that I would love to use as exhibit A and B. I had this man who I was talking to and went on a date with. I had this man. asked so many questions of me, of just the type of woman that I am, and just how my confidence, he knew about my platform here. I don't know if he listens. He might listen. He might know this is about him. Who knows? Don't talk to him at all. But question through question, as you're getting to know someone, as you're getting to know their experiences, as you're getting to know where their mindset is, how they feel about things, where their thought process is. And for you in the end to have a moment of insecurity, because there was one moment of insecurity, for you to make such horrible commentary towards me, against me, try and belittle me as a woman, accusing me of something or being judgmental, so tasteless, so tasteless. There is a certain level of growth that has to be done through our experiences and with time. Wisdom, the older we get, aim for that too, to wisdom. Because at the end of the day, who the fuck are we to judge anybody, whether it is their mistake, whether it is an error, whether it has been so long ago, whether they were someone then and they're someone completely different now. The judgment of, not the judgments, the judgment of women being comfortable in their bodies and in their skin and embracing whatever journey that body has had, the judgment of it, the scrutiny, the shaming of it, is it's not a it's over with. Women are more so speaking up on it. I just don't co-sign, nor do I subscribe to the shaming that comes with it, even when we are speaking up on it. Okay. um if anybody has any reservations, please learn how to communicate. Insecurities are a real thing. Insecurities could ruin relationships. Insecurities could ruin collaborations. Insecurities could ruin friendships. Insecurities can sometimes even ruin business deals. There is so much at stake when you allow your emotions, irrational emotions, in a moment to take over. There's so much at risk, okay? And insecurities could be your worst enemy, even the enemy to your confidence, even the enemy to your peace and your positive life. Like, there is just so much that insecurities could do. And in that moment, when I had a man be so judgmental towards me, it was his insecurity manifesting. And it was in certain instances. He did not only come for my confidence, he came for my career. Mm. There was another man that I was dealing with a bit. And there was, I think, I do believe I've shared this here, but I'm realizing this more and more, tapping into it, right? Because again, we go back to these experiences, we go back in a very reflective mode. I realized that there was a lot led in an encounter that I had with this other man, in a conversation. It became very hostile, and I absolutely went into protective mode because I had to defend myself, because what we're not going to do is accuse me of shit that's not true, ever. I'm never going to accept that, nor am I ever going to understand it. But I realized today there was so much underlying insecurity with that too. And it is truly important for people to tap into that when you are vetting someone, when you're dating someone, when you're getting to know someone and creating friendships or any type of partnerships. It's so important to tap into those insecurities of yourself and be able to speak on them. And I'm not saying put it all out on the table, although I am totally not against that. Gauge your comfortability effort as you're getting to know someone and what you want to share. Don't feel like you're forced to share too much, but also just strategize in it. Strategize for your own wellness and your own well being. That's the best I could say on that, because it was messy. Kiki's man was messy. Jonah's ex was messy. Those things are so messy. And listen, social media is here to stay. Social media platforms are going to continue to grow and to amplify and to, they just brought out two more fucking platforms. Y'all, I just went ahead and signed up, but I don't got time. I don't got time. But for those who do and who are famous enough to just do that, I need you guys to think. And for those of you who are not famous enough to just do that, please think before you act. Think about the things you are going to say. Think about the things you are going to do. Take it from someone. I got no shame in admitting this, because I am not perfect. My journey has been unique. Okay. Take it from someone who has said things And I've improved, y'all. My mom is so proud of me because I'm no longer that impulsive to say things or to just do things, right? But take it from someone who once upon a time just would not think before she would speak. And she would just speak. Okay? Just take it from someone. Take it from someone who would just go, that's right. That's my phone. That's how I used to text a whole goddamn paragraph, sometimes even an essay, and then just hit send, only to get pissed when they would say, okay. Then when I'm reading back, it's like, my message didn't get through. And sometimes I still tap into those moments today. Sometimes I have situations today where I'm making a decision for boundaries, right? For protectiveness. And then I have to wonder, "Oh, did my message get through? Was it successful? I don't know if they heard me. I don't know if they read me correctly. I don't know if they understood." It's a hit or miss sometimes. So, famous or not, social media or not, please tap into those insecurities and don't let those insecurities ruin or destroy a good thing, or even worse, embarrass yourself or anyone else. Now, I want to tap into one more thing before we go. I'm not going to go too deep into this. So, you guys already know July 17th, that is the next ebook. It's coming. I'm super excited for it. Um, the last thing I want to tap into is something that came up in a recent conversation with someone. And they kept saying to me, and shout out to my best friend for this, Nicole, she kept saying to me, "We don't got time to waste. It's okay." She was encouraging me to move things along. She was encouraging me to flow things out with a specific thing, right? A project. A project. That's what we're going to call it, a project. And when she kept saying, "We don't got time to waste," I realized, that it was not said in a negative way. It was said in such a positive way. The truth is, we don't have time to waste. And I realized that I'm going into a space or a time or a moment in my life where I want to make I want to make memories. I want to keep having experiences of places I've never been to, of things I've never done. I want to create memories. I want to have those memories. I want to be able to look back. I want to have moments, more and more moments of laughter, of joy, of dancing. We recently, in the month of June, celebrated my oldest baby, my nephew, his 18th birthday. And we had such a great time at this party. And it was so much love with family. And here I am with my sister. We are planning our parents' 50th wedding anniversary party. It's not a wedding, although the fucking thing is becoming a goddamn wedding. I'm telling y'all. But we're just so excited because of the people that are going to come, the music, the food, just everybody who we've extended an invitation to. The fact that there's people saying, "What do you need me to bring?" Because Latinos, we be talking shit, we're gonna cater, and it doesn't happen. People cook, okay? Um, like for these people to say, "Hell yeah, we're gonna be there. Oh my god, for your parents, yes. What you need us to cook? What I can make you this. One of the things that stood out to me so much in making these memories is that I've conducted a couple of outreach here and there for decor and things like that. And for people to say, I started the conversation with, "I don't know if you remember me, La Charo and Marco's daughter." Y'all know my parents' name. Of course I remember. Oh my God. Of course I remember. I remember your parents. Are you kidding me? I have some of the best memories with them. Oh my God. For people to say, "Of course we're going to come celebrate your parents." Are you kidding me? They're from my childhood too. I remember them this and I remember them that. And I have so many memories. And I'm going to try not to get emotional, y'all. I'm going to try really, really hard. But it is just so beautiful to have so many people say such good things about my parents to people that I love. But also, it just goes to show you one of the key things my parents have taught us. And it is, people will remember you for your name too. They know us. I'm not going to tell y'all what my last name is, but they know us for being the da 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 da. Da. You know, um, they know who we are because we've created memories for ourselves, but we've created memories for them too. It brings me back to the family parties. It brings me back to things that they celebrated for us with us, different trips. Like we were talking the other day about trips that we took when we were kids, places that they took us. And I just want to be able to feel into that and tap into that more. I want to keep making those memories and also including them in those memories too, because life is short. That's really what we don't got time to waste means. Life is short. We are here to live. We are here to live a good life to the best that we can because nothing is perfect. And I've said that time and time again, but we are here to live a good life, to have as many best moments as possible, to create some of the best memories as much as we can. I did a bucket list. The fact that I revisited a bucket list and was able to check off certain things off of it, and then I decided to make a list of more places I would love to go to, and I just smiled so hard when I saw that list. Like things that I want to do, I just smiled so hard when I saw that list. There's so much that goes into creating memories that last a lifetime and that could bring you so much joy or so much laughter. And all of that has come to the surface because of these conversations that I've had with these people who have said, "Oh my God, of course I remember your parents. Are you kidding me? They're from my childhood too." And it's so dope. It's so dope. It's so amazing to hear positive things. I can't wait for this party, y'all. My feet are gonna hurt because we've been dancing. We also had this pretty dope event for one of my closest cousins who's going to be a mommy. And that too, that was just so amazing just to be with family with music. I come from a family where my grandfather, and I believe I've shared this here before, but if I haven't, here it goes. My grandfather loved playing the guitar. My grandfather loved doing shows. My grandfather used to love this. And we grew up seeing him play instruments. In his room, he had instruments. He was also a locksmith, y'all. That's so dope. I think I've shared the story here too, and maybe I'll have to revisit it. But um I remember him having like his little drum set and having all these things in his room, right? And to grow up with so much love for music and grow up tapping into our culture always, no matter how mixed, New York City is and diverse, right? And so many different Latino cultures. We always knew to tap into our own culture and our own music, but also being so receptive and open to all sorts of music. And we grew up like this. And to be able to have so much joy in dancing and celebrating the people that you love and with the people that you love with music and dancing, there is nothing more fulfilling than that. And y'all know I love to sing in the shower. I can't be singing, but I swear I can. And so your girl has been dancing and singing. So I can't wait to make more memories like that. I'm looking forward to this next party. I'm sure I will drop you guys a solita episode after that one to be able to share how that event came out and probably as much as I'm making more memories, and that is the goal for the remainder of this summer and the remainder of the year, I may just start sharing a little bit more of my little private life um with all of y'all and put it on my public platform. Let's see. It's deserving. So your girl's busy. You guys will get an episode next week. It's been in the recording studio on Double Dose of Raw Talk podcast. I can't wait for you guys to listen to that guest. She is so amazing, so dope. And we're lining up the guests, y'all. Trying my best to get back into a more consistent flow like I was before. Life is life in, and your girl is just managing the balancing act of being sane and healthy. Showing up here, not being gone for too long, and doing my best in all the other hats that I wear with all the other titles on my badges. Something I've definitely tackled here, but always giving myself that grace and that space to recover. a little bit and to have the me times that I deserve. But it's been great coming back, filling y'all in, updating y'all. By the time I come back, my son, your favorite nephew, Marcus, will be back. He went off on vacay with his daddy. Super happy for my kid. It is always great that if mama's too busy, that he can still go away and do his thing. And I always share this here, but I will share it again. I am forever grateful for the level of growth that myself and my co-parent have done, both with him and his wife. This is probably one of my greatest accomplishments in life, and it's something to always celebrate. Um, and on that note, guys, again, come back next week. But July 17th, the next ebook drops, my journal with mental health, and the next episode with our next guest. Can't wait for you guys to listen to that. That will be the Wednesday. Love you guys. It's been great talking to you guys. This has been another week, another episode on Double Dose of Raw Talk podcast. I'm your host, Misty, and you guys will tune in next week. Bye. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and we are live on your favorite podcast streaming platform. Make sure to tell a friend to subscribe, rate, and review. Talk to you later. Bye.